Glad you're here. This is going to be a fun exercise in mathematics, arithmetic, economics, silver, sound money. I went through this the other day with a friend. We were having the very same discussion. And I said, hey, have you ever considered the minimum wage in silver? Now, today is not a debate regarding the economic morality of the minimum wage or anything like that. I don't want to get into a left versus right debate or a political debate on the existence of it. I have my opinions, my political feelings towards it, and I'll just give you a hint. It's more along the lines of the Austrian School of Economics. But today's exercise will be a look at history, the minimum wage itself, its value in silver, and we're going to go to right about the time silver was removed from circulation. So if you could, give me a sound check. If you're there in the chat, just let me know so I can see everyone who's communicating with me. And there you go. I've got Lisa Willis in the chat, got Nick Braun. So there are some people in the chat. That's good. I wanted to make sure I wasn't just speaking to myself here. Excellent. I took one of your advice. I don't know who it was. They said, hey, Junius, when you do these lives and you use your cell phone, use the earbuds with the little mic that comes with it. So I'm actually using the little iPod mic. So it does it. I've listened to them afterwards, and it does produce better sound. So whoever it was that gave that advice, kudos. It worked. You have technologically improved the channel. Excellent. So when the minimum wage first came out, I don't know the date. I think it was back in the 30s under FDR. It might have been 1931, 32, 33, somewhere in that range, 1930. About 35 cents an hour, the federal minimum wage. In 1964, that's the year we're going to use. Right before that, I think it was 1963, 62, somewhere that was about $1. But in 1964, the minimum wage was $1.15. Let me just show you here. There's 1964. This is Maltby made some graphics for me since my handwriting is subpar. So there's 1964, and right before it, $1.15. And as you go back towards its inception, it was a little bit smaller. It would get reduced in its the amount over time. And I've got that reflected here for you. You can see 4 quarters, all pre-64. Here's a nice one. All of these are made out of silver. And for the sake of this, instead of it being $1.15, I want us to talk about it as being $1.10 and then another half dime, because no one really just worked an hour. You'd work a full shift, and you would be paid essentially multiple dimes and quarters worth, half dollars, silver dollars worth in silver back in 1964. And I want to keep this behind us, as a matter of fact. I think the visual is going to be important as we go through this exercise, so bear with me. There we go. Hopefully you can see all that. Excellent. Just for now. All right. Now, I've got the coins here. We're going to talk about them, their valuations. Got some silver out in front of us here. And then I've got the dates. Now, today, right now, the federal minimum wage is $7.25. And that's just what it is. It's in fiat, of course. These are just your typical American coins now. I'm not doing, this is if it was at $1.15 today, but, $1, if you went and cashed it in, you just get these, just cupro clad. I mean, not very worth much, but most people don't do that. They keep their dollar bills in $7.25, and that's all it's worth at the end of the day is $7.25. That's your minimum wage, right? Not much, but at $1.15 in these is just really $1.15 in these, and it's worth, whatever the scrap metal, zinc, copper, cupro clad is. I mean, there's probably a couple cents worth of actual metal here. Not much, worth more than fiat, however. So in 1964, $1.15, right? This is interesting. Each one of these quarters, well, we've talked about this in the past. I've used this multiple times as an example. Typically, these always were capable of buying a gallon of gasoline. Now here you have a Washington quarter, 1963 on this one. Beautiful 1963 quarter, 90% silver. This guy carries about it's today exactly with today's silver price. This is right now. $4.69 worth of silver in this quarter. $4.69. This single quarter alone is almost minimum wage. Now, I mean, two of them surpass it. 2 quarters surpass minimum wage already. 2 pre-64 quarters. You see where I'm going with this, I hope. This is not going to be a long video, believe me. So now here's your minimum wage right here. I'm just going to stack them up here. There's your 4 quarters, and that's $1. Of course, there's your dime. There's $1.10. Now, back then, you would have gotten a nickel with that, or let's just say half of a dime. Half a dime's worth of silver. Now, let's move this down a little bit, this angle here for you. If you add all that up, those coins, each one of them, it's silver content. You're looking at $21.58 worth of silver. I want you to just pause for a moment, consider that. This is your minimum wage. A quarter at $4.69, another quarter, another quarter, another quarter. All 4 of those make $1 worth back then. $1.88, that's the silver in this dime. You see that? There you go. This little silver dime right here. $1.88 in silver. Just that little dime. And I'll tell you, this is what you should show people when you want to talk about. A lot of the people out there, they'll talk about minimum wage. It's a good introduction for them to talk about sound money as well, to show them how sound money actually is good for people in lower income brackets. Because people, you could have left the minimum wage at $1.15 and had it maintained in silver. Look at this. Today's silver values, you'd have $21.58 an hour. Now, do you know anybody who's earning $21.58 an hour in a minimum wage type position someplace? I doubt it. And I mean, $7.25, just to give you an example of what $7.25 is, today's minimum wage now. This is today. Like if you got a minimum wage job somewhere, $7.25, it would not even get you a 50-cent piece back when minimum wage was $1.15. This 50-cent piece right here holds $9.38 worth of silver. $9.38 worth of silver for 50 cents. That's a 50-cent piece, $9.38. What's minimum wage today? $7.25. Just consider that for a moment. Again, 1964, minimum wage $1.15 equals $21.58 worth of silver at current today prices. Most likely going to go up from there. I mean, think of it, if silver doubled from here, let's just imagine for a moment, silver's about 50 and change, you would have, I mean, you're talking about doubling this. You'd have $43 in a minimum wage worth of silver if you took the $1.15 and converted it to the 1964 minimum wage. And I'll raise this up just so you can see a little better. I know there we go. Hold on just one second. That way you get a better view of all the coins together. There we are. Now you can see the cupro nickel clad scrap metal over here. You can see all the silver representing minimum wage from back in the 1964 era. This beautiful walking liberty should be a familiar image to you if you've ever looked at a silver eagle. And then the valuations. I told you this wasn't going to be a long video. It was just an exercise in math, arithmetic. I shared this with a friend just recently, and it was a big eye-opener for him. Kind of blew his mind, as a matter of fact. He saw this, and he thought, man, people on minimum wage, they haven't gotten a raise ever. They can't get, I mean, back then, the least that you could do is you would hold silver. And the purchase and the goods and services, and back then, silver wasn't even, I mean, it was sound money, and this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. This is why I'm passionate about this subject. At least back then, the people on the minimum wage were getting paid in silver, and what it acquired in goods and services was, I can almost guarantee you, more so than today. Thank you, April Moore, for the super chat.
Oh, there's a kitty.
And a cute little kitty.
Or a fox.
Or a fox. I think it's a cat or a fox. You just made Mrs. Maltby very happy because, well, she loves her kitties. Well, so do I. But there you can see it, ladies and gentlemen. Silver as minimum wage. Minimum wage in silver. I actually wrote a paper on this. I don't know where it went. It's gone. I wrote it a long time ago, back prior to Bear Stearns collapsing, if that dates it for you. It was back then. Just doing some reading and study on minimum, and it just came to me back then, even the discussion regarding minimum wage and silver. And I'll tell you, it's definitely something to consider, to keep track of. Keep an index in your head always when you're thinking of this. You know, as metal prices rise, consider the federal minimum wage in $1.15. Just go to coinflation.com. That's where I gather all these numbers. These are legit. You can go confirm them. Check them out right now. If you go on Coinflation, it will tell you the value of each one of the, well, all of these quarters carry the same weight and purity in silver. Smoke Check 7. I love the icon. Thank you for the super chat donation, my friend. That's about a pre-64 quarter worth. So we'll just pretend Smoke Check 7 just donated 25 cents to the Junius Maltby channel in pre-64 currency, pre-64 money. Beautiful piece of silver. Awesome. There you go. Imagine back then. This is constitutional silver, ladies and gentlemen. 90% silver. Real money. Sound money. Pretty awesome stuff. Anyways, there you go. $1.15 back then equals $21.58 an hour today. That's a pretty good wage in silver. Or, you know, back then you were getting real money. Today, you can't even buy a 50-cent piece. You can't even buy a 50-cent piece with minimum wage, with an hour's work. You couldn't even go out and grab one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all I had for you. I told you this was going to be a short math exercise, an arithmetic exercise tonight, but we could talk about some other things, bring out some other coins real quick. I've got a whole box here full of them, and let me just see real quick. That was it for the minimum wage discussion. Think about what people used to buy back then, that people could actually live on it back then at those times. And today, I mean, really, I don't know very many people that can live very well on just the 725. I mean, if you had 2158, yeah, you could do okay today. You can rent a place, you can make a car payment, you can eat food, you can pay your bills. And it's interesting, it's really funny to me, you'll never see really the progressive side, the Marxists, the leftists, they'll never really talk about sound money. They'll never recognize the causes of eroding or devaluing, debasing the strength of money. Yes, ma'am.
You think you could do like a small recap?
Oh, some people just came in late?
Well, no, just a recap.
Yeah, a quick recap on what we just discussed would be, if you came in late to this discussion, this is about the minimum wage. And when the minimum wage was born in the United States, when it was first passed as law, it was only about 35 cents, and that was back in the 30s. We're not really focusing on that time period as much. I wanted to bring it right up into the point when it was being paid in silver, just prior to silver expiring. And just prior to 1964, it was in the dollar range. I think it breached a dollar. It was right at a dollar around 1960 or 61, somewhere in there. Might be off by a year. But in 1964, the minimum wage was $1.15. Well, that's pretty easy to look at and change. I can do math, I'm not the smartest guy, but I know that $1.15 is 4 quarters and a dime and a half dime. I'm actually missing a silver dime somewhere. Where did it go? It's gone. Well, I'll find it after the exercise. I hope I didn't lose it. I had a Merc dime out here somewhere. Well, a dime and a half. Now, $4.69, that's how much money is in a quarter worth of silver. $4.69 worth of silver in each one of these quarters. You got 4 of those in there. A dime's got $1.88 worth of silver in it, and a half dime would be 94 cents. The reason I use and say that half dime is because, again, people working 5, 8, 10-hour shifts, they were getting multiple dimes in their worth, in their payment, in their paycheck at the end of the week, into their shifts. You add all that up, though, these people are making $21.58 an hour worth of silver in today's calculations using, oh, there's that little Merc dime hiding out.
I like what Maxwell Morris, our channel member, said.
What did Max
It's
say?
funny how even Marx understood this.
Even Karl Marx understood this. Yes, it's incredible. Both extremes, both sides, whether it's the right or the left side of the political spectrum, the economic discussion, both sides understood that most extinguishment of debt, all extinguishment of debt, all capital eventually flowed into gold and silver. And of course, with Gresham's law, anytime you have, this is a good visual for that, anytime you have intrinsic value, sound money, circulating beside fiat or debased money, the sound money, the stuff with intrinsic value, the silver, will be hoarded out of existence. That's why you don't see anyone spending, nobody goes out and spends a silver dime today or a quarter. I never find those in change. I'm never that lucky. Those are hoarded out of existence via Gresham's law of economics. Meanwhile, this trash, this shrapnel, this garbage cuproclad nickel, that's even hideous in every way, it still circulates. They pump it out. They crank it out. Up to about 25, actually. Carlos Dangers says you need to factor in about 15% premium to buy that constitutional silver as well. It takes you up to about $25, actually. Yeah, I understand that. And I'm just going right now with the silver valuation in them, not if you were to go buy them today or go get it. But I completely understand and agree. I'm using the paper SLV price, the iShares Silver Trust, the COMEX silver price. If I increase silver to what you and I are paying as premiums to acquire even a COMEX bar today, we're looking at significantly more per ounce. You could pump these numbers up into much higher ranges. I would agree with you 100% that really you're looking at $5 per quarter. Let's just do that for easy math.
Those
you do
are
that.
rookie numbers.
Yeah, you could crank them higher, but 5 would be 20, 250, 2250 plus another what? I don't even know what the dime would be. We'll just call it another buck. 22, 23, 24. Let's call it $24. You're looking at 24, 25. That's what he said. D-Dub? Was that DW?
No, Carlos Danger.
Carlos Danger, you're right. It's about $25 an hour. Exactly. That's your math is right on, spot on. You're about $25 an hour if you include, the real price people are paying for silver. JTB SK2, thank you for the virtual tea. Is that an NFT tea mug, coffee mug? Can I buy that? I would like to buy the NFT coffee mug from you. Thank you for the $3.99, my friend. Super chat. I appreciate it immensely.
I also, there's a couple things I wanted to bring up. Spall Walker wants to know why we're bullying everyone with logic and math. And Jeff Elwell feels pressured, wants to know if there's a safe space in the chat.
Oh, okay, yes. If you go right over here, there should be an unsubscribe button. And that'll direct you to where you can fill out the necessary paperwork. I should actually have had a release. A legal release.
I'm still working on that release.
Yeah, we're looking on a document, a release for you when you participate in the channel or raids that you have to sign. I do apologize if you felt bullied or pressured or peer pressured or there was undue pressure thrown your way, that you felt perhaps forced to relinquish your fiat trash into physical sound money silver. I apologize. I humbly beg your forgiveness and would seek recompense with you.
Please call the hotline.
And please, if you do feel offended or you have felt pressured with undue peer pressure to purchase or acquire silver, and as an adult human being on this planet, you are unable to make decisions on your own, and you're unable to get dressed on your own or tie your shoes, and you feel as though I have forced you into a position of silver that you could not afford, now, I do apologize, but I would ask you to seek the class action lawsuit against the Junius Maltby channel, and it's the Victims of Junius Maltby Peer Pressure. It's all one word. It's a website, victims of the Junius Maltby Peer Pressure.com, and it's represented by the attorneys Huey, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. Is that right? Huey, Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. and they will direct you towards what your compensation could be for all of the damages that I've caused, both psychological, emotional, and financial. But because I know that a lot of you have endured a tremendous amount of suffering for the amount of
There's
undue
a
pressure.
separate suit for when Mrs. Maltby says a bad word.
And there's a, yes, that's a side suit for people that Mrs. Maltby has
And
offended.
for those who were upset by my FBI rant.
Oh yeah, we did find out there were some people that were upset that Mrs. Maltby didn't like the FBI because they said we
unpatriotic.
yeah, because we're supposed to thank them for their service. Thank you for your service. Marsupial, my friend, thank you for the super chat. I always appreciate it, and I actually love the name. I always think he must be in Australia. One ugly man, $5 super chat. Thank you, my friend. Look at all these little pre-64 quarters just slamming down. You guys are doing great. What did he say? I couldn't even read it. One ugly man. Let me read it.
Attention. Have you participated in silver raids? Did the Maltby crew force you to buy metal of any kind? You may be entitled to substantial compensation.
Substantial compensation. Wait till Maxine Waters gets a hold of this. She's going to be like, she's going to think there's an entire, I've caused damage. I've caused damage.
Yeah.
I'm a danger to myself and others and to society. I should be locked away in a prison cell. Far away.
Carlos Danger says this is surreal. It's like hearing Rod Sterling read a list of woke grievances. You do sound like him. Sometimes.
Maybe I am. I might be the
reincarnation.
The reincarnation of Rod Sterling. Yeah. Well, my friends, I hope you're mentally, psychologically, and emotionally prepared for the upcoming raid. The raid is only days away. And remember the hashtag, the raid never ends. Never ends. But it's coming up soon. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. Again, I will read a long release before we get going. I think I have to read, a 3-hour document worth of reading. It's the legal release that the lawyers have presented that we have to present.
It'll be longer than the stimulus bill.
Yeah, it's about 500 or 600 pages of just legal protection so that those who might stumble into the channel can't seek any damages. Hello? Hi, yes. I've been damaged. I was offended by the Junius Maltby channel. I logged on to the internet and I was on the Google and it brought me to the YouTube channel. And this man, he was mean. His name was Junius Maltby. And he made me buy silver that I didn't afford it. I couldn't. I don't even have a lot of money. And I took out my credit card and I was on the Junius Maltby channel for hours. People was excited and whatnots. And they said I would have to buy the silver with all my monies. And so I bought it. And now I can't pay my electric bill with it. I want to sue him. I'm going to sue Junius Maltby because he damaged me. Punitive damages he did. It's punitive. And I want help. I want reconciliation from him. He's a dangerous man, this Junius Maltby. He's causing so much trouble in this world because of all the things that he's doing. He's causing me to spend my money, my Fiat. And I need my Fiat so that I can buy my glasses and my shoes and all of my special things in my apartment. And I need you to help me. Help me, please, sir. Sir, ma'am, I need help. Legal representation against Junius Maltby for hurting me. Anyways, that was actually a real phone call that we've received regarding this. So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm glad you're all part of this channel. Again, you guys lift me up. You lift Mrs. Maltby up. You make us feel like we're welcome in this channel. And I'm glad to see each one of your names every time we log in, every time we do a live, every time we do a video, and you're in the comments. You're all the best. A lot of familiar faces, but a lot of new ones as well. So huge shout out to all the new people that are showing up and being part of this channel. There's a lot of new faces, a lot of new names. And I just want to let you know that you're always welcome here. You guys are the best. Again, I encourage you to check out the archives, dig in. Go check out all the old videos, the playlists, the speeches, the writings, the history and coinage. Take a journey around. There's a silver playlist. There's a gold playlist. And there's just a ton of stuff that you can check out. And I think you'll love it. I think you'll have a good time. So explore the channel. Really, that's all I had for today. I mean, I've got some other coins here. I really don't want to spoil it or ruin it.
Oh, good. Dr. Shafty.
Oh, I'm going to show them.
It's been watching some old videos. So
I'm going to show them.
stuff, man.
I'm going to give them sneak peeks on coins we're not going to talk about yet, but I'm going to give them a couple of sneak peeks, dude. Ask them what they want. Do they want to see a sneak peek of some really cool coins?
Yeah.
Do you guys want to see a sneak peek on some really cool coins? Now, these were gifts from a really good friend of mine, a good friend, and these are coins that you have not seen before on the channel. You're not gonna, and I'm gonna have to do a. They're gonna get bigger videos, so please don't let this spoil the. Please don't let it spoil the upcoming. Like if I'm gonna go do a video on this one day, I want it to be like it's the first time you saw them. But here we go. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun. This is one of the coolest coins that I own, and it's not made of gold or silver. And I'm not going to give you a whole lot of info on it yet. It has to wait. You got to wait. But this here, an Anglesi Perry's mine. I call it the Druid coin.
I love those things. Why don't they look all creepy like that anymore?
It's the mining company. It's a Druid penny, a Druid coin, 1 penny token. It's from 1788. It's a thick. This is the thickest, chonkiest penny I have ever seen. It's got some really creepy script on the back. I mean, just beautiful writing. 1788. And if you read it, it says, "We promise to pay the bearer 1 penny," which this is a penny. Very thick. It's got edge lettering on it. I need to get it into a hard case. I might remove it from this before I do the video and put it. Let me see if it'll actually fit. Yeah, I could. Oh, it's too loose. I need to get a hard case or another slip because I'd like to take it out and handle it. But this coin is just remarkable, remarkably eerie. And again, like I said, this thing's, it's over an 1.5 inch thick. It's almost a 1/4 inch thick of copper. It is the thickest, chonkiest copper coin. And it's beautiful. 1788. Very, very old penny. It is private. When I say private, it was put out by this mining company. And, they would pay them essentially in their own coin, their own mining currency. But this is a chonky piece of copper. It's freaking cool. Speaking of copper, let's bring out a couple more coppers. I have showed you that. Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is really cool. Spanish. Is Aloha Stacker here? Aloha, mate. You are going to love this, my friend. I'm going to pull it out. This is cool. This is another chonky piece of copper. 1813. Aloha, you're going to have to look this guy up. We're going to do some more. Again, I'm not spoiling it. I'm not giving you any details on these coins. You're going to have to come back if you want to watch these. Check this out. Rush Pabst says 1788 penny or Mississippi pot roast. Mississippi pot roast. Yum. Yes, thank you, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. And you keep reminding me, I'm going to make it. I've actually, believe it or not, a guy at work made me a Mississippi pot roast right about the time he told me about it. And I don't know if his recipe is exactly the same or not. But it's incredible. I love the peppers in it and the juice. But again, this is Reals. 1813. Again, I'm not spoiling these coins because this is Spanish. Aloha. That is a Spanish piece. And there is some rad history to it, but we're not going to do it. I'm not going to spoil it for you. You guys got to wait. That's why you got to stick around on this channel. These are just sneak peeks, little trailers, previews, if you will. What else do I have? I like coppers. You know I like the coppers. Pirateer Peer Pressure Pot Roast. This is a France. Thank you, my friend. Who's that? Rush Pabst. I just saw the comment. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Rush Pabst. Thank you, my friend. This is a French 1886. 10 centimes. I never know how to pronounce anything French. I got the weirdest language. Another one, 1861. French is bronze. But, bronze is essentially a large amount of copper in these. Bunch of different coppers. Here's 2 I picked up at an antique shop one day. They were in a case. I did a video on them. I had to grab them. Big old pennies. Look at that. Look how much copper's in those. I don't even know the math on figuring out the amount of U.S. currency this would convert to in copper today, because there's a ton of copper in this. I mean, you look at the size of this, 1927. It's pretty big pennies. I would like to know. I don't know. I don't know. I'd have to figure it out. I would have to figure it out. Let's see here. I've got, do I have any more coppers in here? We've already done the war penny from Australia. That was in my Gersopa video. So if you want to watch that, you can go check it out. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. This is cool. Now, this is really cool. This was U.S. Colonial British. And this is right here. This, here you go. Look at this. Half a penny, but bigger than any penny you'd see around today. I might have to, again, get a case so you can see the details. It's like a seeded Britannia. If you guys know, let me try to see if I can see it real quick.
We have a
Yeah.
request. You have to say copper
It is,
like you're from Boston.
I got me a coppers.
No, copper.
Copper. Hey, there's a copper over there. I got the copper. I went up to my apartment. In my apartment? You want to come over to my apartment? But if I was in England, I'd be like, I'm down to me last few coppers, mate. I got me coppers. I got a copper for me tea. This is a little Britannia. Again, I got to get out of the plastic. I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to put it in a better case when we do the video, and you can see all the details then. But this is, it's got George, I'm sure it's George III, because, yes, it is. George III, because he was the king at the time. So this was struck under George III. And again, the year on it, 1775. So you know what was going on in the United States back under George III, King, Britain. A lot of turmoil. A lot of people, a lot of redcoats getting shot in the face, getting dropped. I got some more coppers in here. Where's some more coppers?
Loyalists lost.
And then, you know, let's venture into the woods here. Let's venture into the woods. As you all know, 1941. What was going on in the world? Venturing into the war, as you know. Here's a Lincoln cent made of copper, 95% copper. Nice, beautiful little penny. Something happened in this war, though. A lot of demand for shells, munitions, brass, right? So they stopped making these. And again, I'm going to do a full story on that one day, and then these came out. They had to make pennies out of steel. This is the 1943 steel composite penny. These were made, again, during the war when they needed copper, because copper is a valuable metal. You can see the rust showing through. There you go. Just garbage. But again, they had to make pennies. United States, they issued pennies out of steel because of the war effort. They had to eliminate copper from circulation, had to do a special law and a rule. That's how valuable, think about it, that's how valuable copper is. It's that necessary. That's why I tell you guys, you save those pre-82 pennies. They are sound money. Sound money. I don't want to see you guys tossing off your pre-82s. You need to keep.
Not wants to see you with a powdered Tory wig on.
What would I say?
Rubbish.
Rubbish.
Governor?
Bring before him the criminal. What is his name? What is the charges against this man? Bring him before the magistrate, this Junius Maltby. How dare he disrespect the king?
Ew.
It's just some big fat jowl face.
A honkler powdered wig.
A honkler powder. I would get one of those. They should make those. They should make those with the little red nose. Everyone just dress up like honkler. Hey, how about this? How about this? After we succeed and we break the comics and we bust up Wall Street and silver and everything, and we wreck them all,
I want you to go to court like that.
I will show up to the courtroom before Congress and I will testify wearing a honkler wig and a little red honkler nose. And I will sit there and they'll ask me if this. I said, this is what I identify as. This is exactly, hey, what is that? I'm identify as a clown. Don't talk to me in this way.
Oh,
What is that?
goodness.
Let me see. What the heck? Did you see what Mimaru just did?
No, what happened?
Mimaru.
Oh,
Ju-
Jesus.
Mimaru. Thank you for such a. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
We're
Thank you.
Email Mima.
I'm gonna email Mimaru.
This does.
Mimaru, I'm gonna email you because you need an email. We'll talk privately off of this. I don't know what to say. I don't know what do I do now? How do I follow that up? And thank you, One Ugly Man as well.
You gotta read
just as much. Let me read what he said. Thank you, my friend. Okay. Thank you, Mimaru. And One Ugly Man says, Junius, are you part of GASA, Gold and Silver Anon? It's a great support group that I'm part of. I think you have a metal hoarding problem, my friend. I do. I actually do. But that's okay. I've sought help. They said that I'm beyond recovery. There's nothing they can do. And it looks like I'm probably going to continue down the road to the issues that exist, which is just a sickness, and it's terminal. Eventually, I will die under the metal disease. Now, this is a cool little penny. You'll like this one, guys, because what happened this year? What's historical about this? What is this year? Come on. Pop quiz. You're on the Junius Maltby channel. You're in class. Someone raised their hand. 1913. What's going on? Oh, aloha stackle. You nailed it, man. It's the founding of the Fed. The founding of the Fed. It's the end of America. It's the founding of the Fed. What else do we got? What else do we got in this little box of goodies? Another Merc Diamond, beauty. What is the year on this one? 1938. 1938 right there. Merc Dime. No mint mark. Beauty. One of my favorite coins of all time. Not made of silver. Not made of copper. There's a little bit of copper in there. The Indian head nickel. Well, the buffalo nickel, sorry. I'm looking at the Indian side of it, but it's called the buffalo nickel.
I have to say something.
And this is, hold on a minute, this is a glorious, glorious imagery. One of the most beautiful coins ever struck. I need to get it out of there so you guys can see it one day better, but just a beautiful nickel. What a gorgeous. 1913 also, so same year, founding of the Fed. Check this out. Beautiful. A lot of people said that this imagery is very close to, if not was, based on images of Sitting Bull, I believe. I might be wrong on that. There might have been another chief, but I thought it was Sitting Bull that was featured on this. Yeah, I thought so. I'm not positive on that one. Another one here. I got another one. Hold on.
They're saying free Mrs. Maltby.
Okay, free Mrs. Maltby, go.
One ugly man said to me, Maru, you should really make him buy a new computer with that. We were just talking about that today.
We probably should one of these days. No,
my computer's
I'm going to talk
on
to
its
him.
last leg.
You can get your computer at another time. I'll talk to Mimaru about that.
Computer at another time.
Look at this. Indian head one. This is the Indian head. It had Indian head on the brain. But 1890, back when pennies were cool. Bronze. Beautiful, beautiful little penny. Philadelphia Mint, 1913.
I like what Health and Wealth Preservation said. Okay?
Yes.
1913, Federal Reserve founded. 1914, World War I begins. Coincidence?
I think not.
I think not.
1863, one penny, no die number, Victoria. United Kingdom, you'll see also, it looks like Britannia seated there. Nice little copper, well, bronze, a lot of copper and bronze, but as you get it, there's Victoria. Andrea loves coins. Like that. What's the Princess Victoria? Let's see that. Let's see that. Right there, look at that. One penny. And what do you think, what does that look like to all of you right there? Yes. The sinking of the Titanic, I believe, was this year. No, it wasn't. No, this is not. Someone threw 1912. No. Yeah, 1863. I thought you were saying 1912. I was seeing the comments there. Not 1912. This is in 1863 because, yes, Victoria is the queen on this one. And in 1912, it would have been, is it George V? Or John, I'm not that good on all of the names for them. Let's see. I have one here, 1940. Let's see, who's that? That's George V of 1945. Here we've got 1933. That's George V there. And again, this is florin, and I believe this is 50% silver due to the year 1933. Again, 50% silver. So it's reduced. Oh, this is a great one.
Paul Walker says, wheat pennies discriminate against those with gluten intolerance.
Yes, that's very true. As a matter of fact, people that are actually gluten intolerant can't hold a wheat penny. Makes them sick. This is an 1871 1 penny Fersen. This is from the Masonic Lodge. I probably shouldn't even have it. Just kidding. It doesn't have any curses on it, but this is a Masonic coin. 1 penny. Crazy, creepy. Some Mason coin from 1871. Penny. I do have more coppers in there. I know that.
Copper.
Oh, I'm going to get in trouble now. Should we want to get in trouble? I think we will. No, who cares? Trigger warning. Going to show you some German money. Now this. Jeff Elwell. Thank you, my friend.
Oh, and One Ugly Man as well.
And thank you, One Ugly
One
Man.
Ugly Man says he's offended, and Jeff Elwell. Did you read Jeff?
I can't read it. They're going by too fast, the chat.
This shit drives me crazy. I've been trying to reach all of you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, my God.
You know how many of those I get a day?
I get a bunch of those every day. I actually answer it and mess with them. Now this, here you see silver, Third Reich, 1939. This is a 2 Reichsmark coin. And then I've got here an aluminum from 1923. Check this out. This is a German coin as well. 200 marks. Back during hyperinflationary phase, 200 marks for this little aluminum coin. And then here's a zinc 21 millimeter 10 Reichspfennig. A honk sticker? I saw the honk sticker on there. Yes. 10 Reichspfennig. Again, German money. World War II on that one as well. Third Reich.
Bill Spencer likes them.
Here's another coin. Really awesome. Really cool coin. The last one. This coin I actually had to look up. I didn't know a lot about it. And I'll do a whole story on it one day. But it's a sneak peek, I said. This is a sneak peek. This is pure silver. Brandenburger Tor, Berlin, Stadt der Bergenen, 1989, November. The cool thing about this coin is, I'm going to take it apart. Let me show you guys. The detail on the reverse is remarkable. Whoever carved these dies. The imagery on this piece of silver is just remarkable. It's all the German states there united. And this is regarding the Berlin Wall and it coming down, or I think the unification of Germany. So this is a pretty cool coin. Again, struck in silver. I believe there's some copper ones, some bronze ones of these or so. But this is the silver version of this coin. Nice toning on it as well. And it's, obviously it's silver. It's got a little weight to it, a little heft. But just a beautiful coin representing a kind of a remarkable part of history. Just districts of Berlin, Bill Spencer said. Okay, I couldn't tell. I'm looking at it through the phone, Bill, so I actually can't see it. You're looking at it on the screen. I'm looking at it through the phone, and I'm actually holding out here. I'm behind the camera. So I'll move it. Oh, yeah, there it is. I can see it now. Yes, the districts of Berlin. You can see it. Okay, now let's pull it out again. Get a good little view. Zoom in. Like I said, I haven't really done a lot on this coin yet to research it, and I'm going to do a video on it on its own, and we'll do an entire story and get some really good footage of the detail, because the detail on this coin is truly remarkable. It almost has a proof-like luster on the field. And Bill Spencer says, actually, this is my hometown. Awesome. So this means something to you. So Bill, so you're telling me it makes sense. Each one of these symbols is essentially like a neighborhood or a part or a division of Berlin itself. Each one of these crests. Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, we just showed some of these. We're just going through some historical coinage here just moments ago. And we went through, this is 1941A, 10 Reichsstadtpfennig zinc. This is a aluminum coin from the hyperinflationary part of Weimar, Germany, 200 marks. 200 marks, aluminum coin. Oh, actually, back then, aluminum was rare. It was worth something. It was a lot harder to make. Now, this is silver, 62.5%. Weight 8 grams, 25 millimeter. And this is in remarkable shape, remarkable condition. 2 Reichsmarks, 1939A, Third Reich, silver.
Hey, Junius, those were gifts, right?
Yes, all of these were gifts from a very good friend of mine, actually, a German friend of mine, and compiled these coins for me, and part of his personal collection sent my way.
And someone asked if you have any National Socialist Germany coins.
That's what I'm looking at right now.
Oh. I left to get bread.
Well, there's a honk sticker on there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Went off the rails a little bit, but hey, you guys wanted to see some little sneak peeks, so I went through with it. We've got the, went through with it. Alrighty, I'll have to put all this stuff back. But that's it. We came here to discuss the minimum wage. You guys kept me longer than I intended. I didn't plan on doing the video this long, but I appreciate each and every one of you, especially, I'm actually still speechless. I don't know what to say. Really, just thank you to each one of you, every single one of you, yes, even down to the widow's mite. I appreciate every single donation, even those of you that just are here to appreciate the channel. Thank all of you for making this channel what it is, your participation, your comments, your chats, and all of you that participate in the raid, whether you want to buy or not. Again, no pressure, no peer pressure. You do what you want to do. You're an adult. And if you're there just to have fun and observe, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to be happy to see each and every one of you. But yeah, I'm glad you guys enjoy this channel. And quick little sneak peek at some coins up and coming. Things we'll talk about in the future. And that's it for the evening. Thank you all.
Can you answer Gadsden's question?
What
Is the raid on this guy's store? It's on this channel.
No, I don't have a store. Yeah, I don't have any store. I have no affiliations with any stores or any sites. I get no compensations, no commissions, no affiliations. There is zero that heads my way. The only interest that I have in raiding silver is pulling silver off the market. I pay the same as you do. I buy on every raid, just like all of you, right beside you, fighting this war, trying to tear apart the banks and the comics. We select randomly different places. A lot of it is, every time, has always been input from the audience, input from the community, input from the channel members here, whose opinions I value. They recommend places that they use that have good customer service, good stock available, and those are the places we raid. That's it.
Someone asked if we should raid local or online. Anywhere. Raid anywhere.
Anywhere. It doesn't even matter. If you have a local coin store, you want to use them, go buy there. There's no rules to this. Again, we're tearing all that down.
The point is just everybody.
The point is getting silver off the street. I don't care if you go buy a bunch of constitutional pre-64 silver. You get a bunch of Walking Liberty hats. Go buy Walking Liberty tubes of silver off eBay for all I care. I don't care. Just buy silver. That's the whole point of the raid. Have fun, get together, buy silver. If we hit certain places online and you feel like buying with everybody else from the same coin, go for it. If you don't like stuff with a queen on it, don't buy it. If you want stuff with Liberty on it, if you don't like that, don't buy it. If you want to buy Golden State Mint, heck, we're going to probably show a couple of their coins just because I do like their, let's say, less than favorable opinion of statism coins. So we might look at some of those, some of the Silver Shield series. Again, I know people think that we have some type of an affiliation with that channel and with Chris. We do not. Yes, I appreciate his viewpoint. He's a friend of mine. We agree on a lot of things, but he's not giving me kickbacks, pay. There's no relationship there, no nothing at all financial. I get nothing when you guys buy his coinage. You could buy $1 million worth of Golden State Mint coinage. I would see less than less than this. Whatever's less than this, I would receive.
Can I say something real quick though?
So, yes.
So the demand for a silver raid bar or round with the poster artwork that I did, we see it. We see it in the comments. We see the demand. We see a lot of people asking, Silver Shield or them to strike it. We're working on it.
Yeah, Mrs. Maltby's working on it by in that way you're saying you're working on
I'm in
it.
talks with someone about that.
And Mrs. Maltby's got all that.
And I know that if I put that on a round, some people are going to be real upset and be like, they're using this just to sell their channel around.
And that's not true.
You guys asked for it.
Yeah, you guys asked for it. We weren't going to make anything, and then all of a sudden we get inundated with emails and demands for posters and shirts, and we're like, hey, you know what? Why not?
Put it on a round or a coin.
If you guys want it, we'll make it happen. Mrs. Maltby's been working on it, and she worked hard. She worked days upon days on those designs, on the Teespring store. All of those links are down. If you want to look at those, she made some cool shirts, cool stickers, cool stuff. Whatever you want. Mrs. Maltby put it together. I was kind of on the peripheral, just watching her work her magic because I didn't know how to do it. I was.
Anytime that we would ever profit off of something like that, we would announce it.
Yeah, there you go.
If these come into existence, if somebody will strike these for me, which again, I'm talking to someone, we would make you very well aware that we would get a little
bar.
tiny
Maybe we'd
fraction
try to
of
it
that.
by 50 cents. Like, yeah, probably nothing. But, hey, there's some Fiat change, right? Let's make sure I didn't put any silver in here. Real quick trick. I just look at the sides. Copper, 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 copper. All trash. Yeah. That's the only sound money in there really right now is that nickel. Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, my phone is going dead. I've got the battery notification already. And
That's because you're on an iPhone.
yeah, it's going dead. But that's it for the night. Thank you all for being here. Remember, 1964, minimum wage in silver, $21.58. Today, it's still $7.25. It's nothing. It's Ugats. Less than nothing. Take care, all of you. Be well. Thanks for being part of the channel.
One ugly man, free Mrs. Maltby and get her a new computer. Tell
Yeah.
that to Junius.
Free Mrs. Maltby. Yeah. Hashtag free Mrs. Maltby. Get her a new computer. Break her out of the tower that I keep her locked up in. You guys have a good day. Good night. All of you. Be well. And thank you all for participating in this channel as always.